industry, offices, and so on. And this building actually is the one that you usually see the danger sign, and then you say, do not enter. Those are the rooms that the switchboard are placed in, the big one. So usually for this type of switchboard, we are talking about high ampere. Usually above 300 A to maybe 1,000 ampere or 2,000 ampere. And in the case of Samajaya's industry, right, sometimes they can even reach up to 4,000 or even 5,000 ampere. Depends on the demands that they request for the area. So yeah, I would like to go very technical about this one because it's highly important for when it comes to exposing you guys to the industry of the electrical field and to work as an electrical engineer, contractor, consultants, or even just a manufacturer. So there's a lot of components, but I won't be going through about that one for you guys. But that's just a brief understanding of the components is that all switchboard has breakers, and the breakers is distributed to different, smaller scale of breakers until you reach the MCB, like the small one, and distribute to the rest of the area. So the thing that we distribute towards can be the lightings, the fan, the power socket point, and so on. So that's just a brief introduction to the electrical switchboard. And yeah. So before I continue on to the AutoCADs and stuff, right? Do you guys have any question about the electrical field or anything? So far, so good? Okay, all right. So the thing that I'll be sharing is because for me to design the switchboard, I mainly use AutoCAD. And AutoCAD actually, on the surface level, is just a quick drawing. But on the advanced level, actually, there's a lot of useful tools that can be used to, speeden up the design process and drafting. So feel the example that the drafting that I did is this one over here. This is a standard switchboard that I usually draw and includes the detail and so on. I'll show a clearer ones later. So we have the design of the panel layout and the circuit part. So for one, let me open this one up. Okay, so what you guys can see over here is the design that I did, the latest one. This one is for the Western Digital main switchboard, and it's a large size of 5,000 amperes distribution. So as you can see over here, right, this is the drafting of the panel layout and so on. And it's highly important that you know what to do for the AutoCAD so that you can have a smooth design and so on, such as like how to block the diagram so that your component move in the set instead of a whole thing that is like multiple lines within the block. So all this actually is just the part of the line make up into a single unit of detailing, and we build it together. So basically, it's hard for me to present until the stage where you can use the tools directly. And I really do hope that I can do that, but unfortunately with visual presentation is kind of limited to what I can show. But that is okay. I just had to like a quick show you of what you'll be expecting later on. right? So this is the circuit I designed, and occasionally, right, if there's a training student come over, this is more or less what they'll be doing in my company as well. And all right, so that's it for, that's just a sample. And moving on. Okay, so for the AutoCAD basic, I think this one very straightforward. Is that you guys know that there's a ribbon on the upper part of the AutoCAD tools. And in my case, because I'm actually using the G-Star CAD, but it's very similar. So under the ribbon, you have all sorts of details and all sorts of tools that you can use. And the basic introduction, the one that I'll introduce you guys will be the drawing tools such as the line, rectangular, circle, polyline. This one is the basic drawing tools. It's more than enough for you to do a lot of design already with just these four. And the modification tools that is very useful when you want to do a lot of moving, copying, rotate, mirror, trim, extend, and so on. So how should I show this? All right. So to make life easy, I'll decide. I think I just show you guys all the how to use the AutoCAD tools in the AutoCAD itself. So the software that I'm using is the G-Star CAD over here, which is actually similar to the AutoCAD, and there's a lot of it's equivalent actually, and it's actually much cheaper than the AutoCAD tools. And as I mentioned above here, the ribbon, actually you can select anything that you want to use, such as the line, the polyline, circle, and if you look further down here, actually there's others as well. All right, so the basic. So selecting the ribbon is one way to use the tools, but I'll actually prefer to use the shortcut key. So the shortcut key, actually you can run the command, such as the line and so on. So the shortcut key for a line is just an L shape. So you can press L, you can draw the line. And the basic one is just to select the point to point of how you want to draw the line. And the more different method of doing so actually is to run the command. So to run the command, you can actually select such as L for line, and then you can set the length for it, maybe 1000, and you can select the degree like 45 degree. Right? So this is line. As for rectangular shape, right? It's just a REC command. So you can draw a rectangular shape by using the shortcut REC. Select the point of which you want to draw the rectangular, and the fastest way actually is just to declare the size that you want. Another way is just command the size up. Okay. Mind giving me a second, and let me think of a better way of presenting to you guys, because it's kind of weird.
Okay, sure.
because the thing about these tools, right, is that yes, I can present you guys the basic function and so on, but the real importance is the hands-on of doing so. And can I know that Swinburne, is there any lab or so on that ever you guys to try it out after some time, after maybe I present this thing?
Yeah, we do have labs, but I'm not sure because my course I'm in electrical engineering and I don't really use AutoCAD. But yes, our labs do have the AutoCAD software, and I'm just not sure how to access it because I've never done it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of realized that by explaining something like this to you guys, it's like you guys might easily get lost of the thing that I'm going to further elaborate on and explain further. Okay, but never mind. So basically, the tools that I use for the industry mainly is the AutoCAD for doing the design. And basically, the drawing set is just these four: the line, rectangular, circle, and the polyline. So in line, actually is like a multiple. You can like draw this one, draw this one, draw this one. It's like all linked together. But after when you're done, you cancel. Actually, it's separated. It's like individual. But in the case of a polyline, is that it's joined. As in you can draw it all together. Done. You can maybe link it up back. Then this whole thing is a whole set for polyline. So both has its advantages and disadvantage. It's just a matter of the user themselves, like they prefer which one of them to do the drawings. So in my case, I just use line most of the time instead of the polyline. So by knowing this, you can already draw maybe a simple house. Maybe just want to just maybe draw a simple house to represent the design and so on. And then, but just knowing how to draw lines and circle actually is just first part of the AutoCAD, as there's actually much more useful tools for doing the drafting and so on. And one of them actually is the over here. I have the move command, copy command, rotate command, mirror, trim, and extend. So the move is just use the shortcut move. And if you want to look for the tools, it's under modify. And let me see here. This is the array. Yeah, this move. You can click the move here, or you can select the object that you want, move. Or you can type move first, then select the object. So the way the move function works is that you have to select the first point first, the point of which you want to move. Maybe I want to move the center of the circle. Then I want it to move to the right. So maybe I want a fixed distance on the right. I can even type the number like 1000. Then the move will be like 1000 to the right. So that is move. Then the copy is the very useful tools, especially when you're doing a lot of homeworks and you just want to get it done, you just copy and paste a lot of things. So similar to the move, you just copy, you select the point of which you want to copy. The shortcut is CP. Some can use even C or yeah, this tool is the one that I actually know, CP. Select the point of which you want to copy, then select where you want to copy to. So if you're really a tidy person, a neat person, maybe you want to copy it and then you want to move to the exact point of 500, you can even type the coordination and so on. All right. So that is a move, that copy, and then this one is rotate. So rotate, the shortcut is RO, not R. So RO, rotate. You rotate a point to a center axis, to wherever the center point that you want to rotate to. So right now I choose the line ending as a point of rotation. So I rotate it. Or maybe I want to go further. I can even rotate on this part here. Then you can rotate. So that is the rotation. And the next one is mirror. So mirroring is just select the object, use the shortcut MI, mirror, select the point of which you are mirroring. And when mirror, it will ask you whether you want to delete the object or you don't want to delete the object. So in this case, I just don't want to delete the object, no, and I got the mirroring of the object here. So this one here is a trim. So let's say I want to trim the line. So you can do it the traditional method, which is select the line, select the point, and just move to this point. But you know, it can be boring from time to time. So let's do it differently. So the trim function is just type TR. You select the first object you want to trim to, and you trim this point. Then you got a quick trim. And then similar to extend. So extend, you can use the function extend, select the point, select the object that you want to extend to, and select the second object that you want to extend to. So this is a quick tools for you guys to do the, to do the drawings. Maybe I want to trim the middle part. I can trim these two objects, space, then select the middle part to trim. Then maybe I want to extend back. I can extend here. So I can even move this part down. And then maybe I see that there's something untidy. Just trim it up. So this is the modification tools. And basically with practice on these drawing tools and the modification tools, you can do a lot of 2D drawing already. Just for 2Ds. The 3Ds actually is different than the 2D drawings, but I kind of realized that the electrical, mechanical field, and not sure about robotics, that we only just need the 2Ds for the representation. Is more than enough. So far up to here, is there any problem or any question? Yeah, just feel free to ask the questions. It's much easier for me to teach further. So is there anybody feeling lost, or am I talking too fast?
Jake said, long time no draw.
Yeah. Well, I know Jake. Jake did work in my company for a while. Training.
Yeah, Jake was the main reason I looked for your company as well.
So far, the best of my explanation, right? You guys are clear about the drafting tools on the basics. Can follow.
Everyone seems to be fine.
Okay, sure. So yeah, then maybe I need to show this part also. So we have some function keys which can be useful. Let me show it over here. Okay. So for the AutoCAD, right, you have the function key. You guys can see this one, right, in view, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So the function key is the F1 to the F12 on the top part. So the one that I highlighted is the useful one, the object snap, the auto mod, and the snap grade. But the snap grade actually that one is just very based on preference. Okay. So let's say that for F1 is the help menu. This one everybody knows. You just open the help menu and then you can search maybe search anything that you want to look for, like the command line. Line command. Then it will further elaborate and so on. So this is for those who learn better by reading the manual and so on, right? Yeah, you can go ahead and go into the help menu and look for the things that you want to look for. Then the F2 is an interesting one because by another way of doing the AutoCAD actually is by using the command. So let me bring you guys to point 00. So I can open you can open the command window, or you can view at the lower part. On the bottom, right, there's the command part. And maybe I want to draw a quick line by command, so I can use a line. I can indicate the point 00. Then maybe I can say that I want the length to be, maybe not length, maybe I want to set the coordination 2000 from point 00. Yeah, I got my line. Then after when I'm done, I can even type command cancel, which is basically just escape. So when you press the escape button, right, the command actually shows the escape, just cancel. But you can manually type it by command cancel, which is the same thing. So by typing the command, you can see over here the line has been drawn with a length of 2000. 2000 from here to here, 2000. Here to here, 2000. So that's one way of using the command function to do the drafting. And further on, I'll explain to you guys about the auto labs, which is basically typing codes to do the AutoCAD for you guys. And it's required a lot of understanding of how does the command works when you do the drawings. So the command, even another example will be the move. Like I select this object, I can look at let me open the command menu. Select this object. Maybe I type command. No, I can use the move function, move. Then I maybe press displacement of, it's asking for 3 coordinations. So maybe I move 500 x coordination, 0 from the y, and 0 for the z. So it can move like that. So that's the way of using the command to your advantage when you want to do AutoCAD. All right. So F3, the object snap. So when you press the F3, right, you can see the command below here is like on and off. So this is turning back on, this is turning off. So what does this do is that it's an object snap. Let's say that I want to draw a line from the midpoint. So I can say the object is like pointing here, this is the midpoint. But if I turn it off, it didn't show me where am I pointing along the line. So it's that sometimes you're like, oh, this is the midpoint, then you got a problem because as an engineer, civil design and so on, right, you want to draw it as accurate as possible based on the center position and maybe the edge and corner and stuff. So turning back the object snap, I want to draw a line from the middle, which is here, drawing outwards. like this. Okay, so that's the object snap. F4 is an object snap in 3D dimension. This one we don't look at it. The ISO plane, that one. This one also rarely use it, so I'm not really sure. So the F6 is the coordination, and you can see on the lower left corner, there's a coordinate over here. So I'm doing the 2D plane, so the Z is always 0, but you can see that the X is negative right now and the Y is positive. So if I turn that one off, you can't see the coordinate, it stops. So that's the coordinate. And if you're doing a very huge scale drawing, right, this coordinate actually is not really important. It's important for the civil or maybe the architect side when they want to do the plans and stuff. And for the electrical and mechanical, maybe for the consultant when they're doing the design for the layout and stuff. But in the case of like a panel design and switchboard, right, I don't use it. Right. So next one is the F7 display grid. You can turn this one on and let me see. And you can actually see the grid, but it's not clear right here. Let me see. Under view. Yeah, the display grid, I'll look into it much later. Then, yeah, the last of three of them is the, okay, F8 is the one of the important one that I always think that it's useful. When you turn the F8 on, you got the auto mode, which is basically 90 degree. So when you see me draw the line, right, sometimes you see that, oh, this is 90 degree. It's because I'm turning on the auto. So it allows you to draw in terms of a 90 degree increment. Very useful when you want to do something like when you know your design is like squarish or it's like a flat line and so on. So when you turn it off, then you can actually you can see that there's a degree, the angle for it. So turning back on is just 90 degree. Then the F9 is just the snap mode. So if you're on this one, right, actually the like I'm doing the line. If I off it, sometimes it won't snap until you like reach very close. But if you're on it, it's like even at this distance, it's already like snap into it. So for those who is like very concerned about the accuracy and so on, right, this one actually you can turn it on. Just a preference in using it. So this is the shortcut key. And yeah, that's why I say this shortcut tree will only focus on the three of them. The object snap, the auto, no, just the two of them. The object snap and the auto mode. These two is just my preference tools in terms of doing the design and so on. So those are the tools, those are the function keys, the drawing tools, and the modification tools. And few of the more different that usually come in handy when you're doing a lot of design is like the find function, block function, insert. The insert actually come with the block together, these two. The scaling and the stretch. So for the find function, actually is for the text. So let's say I got a lot of text over here. I can use the find function and you can find the words that you're looking for, maybe 11 dot. So when you click the find, you'll show that there's a 411 dot wording. And it's shown over here, dot 1, dot 2, dot 3, and dot 5, this one. So what can you do with this one actually is to do the changing. Like I'm looking for 11 dot, I change it to 20 dot, and you can do replacement. So this one is useful when you have a lot of repetition of things, but you want to change a specific number for the pages and stuff. Later I'll show the example of what I mean by it. So maybe this 20 dot is 19 for the third row, replace it. And maybe I want to change the dot A into dot B and replace. So this part here is different than the bottom already by using the quick find function and the replace function. So over here again, maybe 20 dot. Right now, maybe I want the 15 dot, and I can replace it. And then maybe I change the 14 dot to 16 dot. I can do replace. Maybe I don't want maybe I don't want it to be number. Maybe I just want it to be like ABC dot. Then I replace it, and there you have it. So that is the find function. When you're dealing with text, you can use the find function to do the job. Another one will be the block. So this is a block. So it's a multiple object of rectangulars put inside together, and we block it together. So by blocking it together, the advantages is that such as copying and so on, right? It will be like a whole group, like a whole thing. So it won't be like independent full rectangulars. So this is the original one. So you can see that there is a multiple rectangular. And if you just copy and paste this, right, and you have multiple rectangular again. So if you modify, like maybe I want this one to change bigger a bit, then this one doesn't follow. So because it's a different block. But if I just say that I change this one inside here to be smaller, and I close the block editor, then all of them will follow to be smaller. So that's the advantages of the block, is that anything that you block together, by changing one, the rest will follow. So how do you build a block diagram? Well, to do the block, let's say I have and a line over here, and I want to put a maybe just or maybe this one I want to block this diagram. So by selecting the object first, or you can use the directly type the block function, block it, and it allows you to keys the name for it, select the object, and to select the point. So for the name, maybe circle a cross. So the object, I can select this one, select all of them. When you after you're done selecting, press space single time, and you select the point that you want to, to select as the center of the object. So usually, a lot of basic beginner's mistake is that they didn't select the point of which for your object. And the problem is that when you deselect the point, it will default to 0, 0, 0, and which means this object is referenced to the point, the origin point. And it's not really a very pretty sight, because after you've done this, if you don't select the point, it's what happens. Here is the center point for the object, and it moves with the object. So it's not good because you want that point to be somewhere around the circle, maybe the corner part or even in the center part. So this is a bad example of how you do the block. So back to before the block. So as I said, block, I have the object selected already. I want the center to be the point for the block. Then circle with cross. And okay, there you have it. Then you have the circle block, the cross inside there, and the point is in the center. So when you copy, paste, and everything, right, the point is actually in the center. It's still in the center for the point. Such as my rectangular block, this one is also in the center. So that's the block. And next one is the insert. So insert, you can type in to do the insert, and you can look for whatever block that you have created before, and you can press OK and press it anywhere you want. So let's say that you've been designing a lot of interior design, and you have a lot of like the objects. You can actually predefine all the object first, save it under the block, and you use the insert function to look for whatever object that you want to use, and just place it inside the drawings. So next will be the scale and stretch. So for scaling is to resize the object, it's to resize the object. You can use the SC function, scale, select the point of which you want to scale with. Maybe I select the center, and the factor of which you want to scale. So I want it to be like 1.5 times the size, then it will become bigger. Then maybe I scale it to smaller, based on this corner, 0.3, then it will become smaller. So this is scale. And next one is the stretch function. Stretch function is useful for a lot of the, like rectangular shape or circular shape and so on. And let's say that currently the design that I'm doing, maybe you're not satisfied with the distance over here, the length for this one, and you want to increase it by 200, you can use the stretch function. Stretch, then move down by 200, then it becomes 467. So previously it was like 267, now it's 467. So this is the stretch. And the stretch is important that you select the object properly. So if I select the object in the center part over here and I use stretch, right, it won't do anything. Usually you have to select the part of which you want to stretch, such as this area, and you stretch. Or maybe I want to stretch the bottom, I have to select like this. So the place of which you highlight the object is important for you to do the stretching. So if I put above here and I want to stretch below, the top part will move down instead of the bottom part moving down. Or if I move up, it will be the top part. So that's the stretch. So yeah, that's about it for the AutoCAD. With all this is more than enough for beginners to get started on doing the simple drawing and so on. And I'll show you an example in a bit later. So far, do you guys have any question? Oh yeah, somebody is writing. How about copy paste the block? Yes, you can do that. Can we unblock the block? Yes, you can do that too. So the block over here, there's something, let me see. A very good question. Can you unblock the block? Block break. New block. Insert block. There you go. Oh. Yeah. So the way that I usually, if you're asking me how to unblock the block, I'm not too sure, but usually I just edit the block from it. You know, I enter the block editor, go into the blocks, then have a, you can even copy and paste from the block itself. Maybe I enter here, I copy the whole thing up and just place it in. But I believe there's a function to unblock it, but I'm not too sure at the moment. So any other question? That's a very good question. Okay, so moving on, let me show you an example of how I do my drawings. Okay, so moving back to this one over here. So I got this panel layout, and maybe the design is not good. I want to increase the length of this one to 700. So I usually have to like highlight this up to this point, and I'll use the stretch function to do the job for me. So I can stretch it. I want to make it in maybe 700, which is a very pretty number. I can do it something like this. And you'll see that after doing the stretch, right, you might want to check through again, like this misplaced or whatever it is. So some of the things that I didn't highlighted won't move together with the stretch, but I really have the length of 700 over here. So maybe I just move it back here. And if I want the center, I can take the time to clean up this thing. And you got a change of layout for this panel over here. So then maybe I want more compartment for these components. I can use the copy. I can copy from here to here to here. Then I got more lots, but the number is not correct right now. So I can manually change one by one by, clicking one by one, type the words. Maybe the next one is 14, but that is boring. So maybe I use the find function, 13 dot, and then change this one to 14 dot. And voila. So you got the changing already, and this one over here, I want to change to 15. Or maybe this block over here, the NX301 model is wrong, and then they want to change it to other brand. Just enter the block, change the words, and done. The rest of the component follows it. So that's a basics of how to use the tools to your advantage of doing the drawings. So that is the layout part and the circuit part. So the circuit part, let's say I got a new page. When I do the new page, this is like the following the page number, and there's a lot of them that need to change. You see the 55 over here, 55 over here, 55 over here. I want to change all at a single go, so I just select this part, use the find function, 55, and then change it to 56, the following page. Replace all. Then you can see which part of the words that have been replaced, complete, and done. The words have been changed. So that's the usefulness of knowing the functions, the tools for the AutoCAD. You speed up the design process. Like copy this part, I can like set as 1250 here, 2500 here, and so on. So this is how you use AutoCAD to do your design for you guys, for you. I would like to go further on the, like the circuit explanation, but I don't think you guys are here for. Then, yeah, that's about it. All right, so this is about the basic of the AutoCAD. And I'll be moving to the next fun thing for you guys. Because this thing is most probably nobody is going to teach you, but it's very interesting ways of using the AutoCAD, which is the AutoLibs. So AutoLibs is a coding method of doing your programming and doing your AutoCAD. And you can do this by having a notepad. Just the notepad will do. So let me share this one here. Okay, so you guys can see, right, over here.
Yep, we can see your screen.
Okay. So this one is typed using the notepad over here. And basically is to call the commands based on the coding. The basic over here is this one, define. Define is a define function. You can declare a function of which you want to call into your AutoCAD. So whatever you think, you type like C, type after this one over here will be the new function that you will use in your AutoCAD. So maybe this one over here, I already defined one over here already. It's the new box. Then under the new box, all this part over here actually is the command to call the drawings in the AutoCAD. So I use the polyline. You have to put this bracket on top over here. Then I start the distance from 0, 0, draw to a specific point, and then move to another point. So this one actually is just moving to 4 points. So the line will be drawing a square from center to right, to top, to left, then back to the center. Then after you're done, you can cancel the command. And over here, I added another command to move the object to 500 to 500. So I have this one over here. You can save it. How do you want to load this into the AutoCAD is by the folder actually. You just drag from your folder and draw into the whatever AutoCAD that you are using. So let me show you. Unfortunately, I can't show you the how I'm going to drag it in. Okay, so let me share the AutoCAD again. All right, so over here, I can drag the program in. So when you drag the program in on the command window, it shows the log from the folder, the libs. So for the auto libs to work, right, you have to save the text file as a LSP, which is libs in short. So after you save that one in, you can load it in. Then you can use the function. So right now, when I type new box, the function that I define is shown over here, which is from AutoLibs. And when I press enter one time, yeah, you'll draw the object and move the object. So this is because I draw the polyline in terms of square, and I move the object from the center of the point. So now let's say I want to modify I don't want to move it. Maybe I want to copy the object right now. So from the notepad, okay. So maybe I change the box into wider box using a distance of 2000. I don't want to move right now. I use the copy. The way to do autolibs is to understand the command. So anytime when you try to retype it, you can actually refer back to the command menu, like doing like the basic AutoCAD. You refer back to the command menu, like what does this do, what does that do, and so on. So this one copy is just the copy command. The L, actually you can call the last item of which you have selected before. So I copy from the last item. In this case, I draw the rectangular box. I copy the rectangular box because this is the last item I call it. And each of the bracket represent like a spacing for the AutoCAD. So it's a copy last object, and then space again, and then move with a displacement. So give it a, yeah, right now I'm testing out in the AutoCAD, so give me a while. That should do it. So yeah, so copy from the last object, move the object by 2500, move higher a bit, copy this item, then done, save it, and I shall not close it. Okay, so load the program and call the new box. There you have it. And this is a mistake. Let me see. 2002. Oh yeah, that'll be my bad. This one is 2000. X 1000. New box. Yep, here you go. So it draws a rectangular shape in a length of 2000 by 1000, and it copies for you. So this is the autolips. This is just an introductory to the autolips. If you guys really interested in like going further into the autolips, like how you're going to use it and so on, right? This one I think is better to have an understanding of the AutoCAD first. You know, like a better use of the AutoCAD. Then we can elaborate more onto the autolips because it requires you to go deep down into the command function. And then if you're really do a lot in the autolips, you can actually do something you can do in the way that you prompt out a command for you guys. So I take an example from a person that do this. It's for the civil side actually. Not this one, not this one, not this one. But if you have used it for, if you know how to use it, you can even prompt out a, open up a window. Maybe you guys can't see it. Let me see. Can you guys see like a command window for you to do the like clicking in it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you can see like the C Berlin share and so on, right? Okay.
It's that mini window, yes.
Yes, yes. So this one actually is not created by me. I just borrowing it as a presentation. So it's like drawing the C. It's actually for roofing actually. So I'm drawing the C column at the thickness of 10, facing at which direction. So this one is a very considered advanced stage of doing the autolips. So maybe I want to down, create it. Stop. There you have it. So maybe I want to put another one left, and then maybe with a thicker, wider part. Yeah. So this is this is how you're going to use the autolips for your quick design. Anything you can call out in the command to do the do the quick editing and so on. So how all right, maybe just have a quick look at the coding. So after you define the coding in the way that it help you do the shapes and stuff, right? So this is only one part of the coding that calls from a different part of the coding. So there's a lot of things going on, like maybe this one is define the function and ask for the input of all these part over here. So each of the part over here is the individual, how do they call it? Individual interval, no, not interval, the parts of to make up the function, and inside there you have the set the quantity, set everything and so on, and then the action will be like if function, do this, check for this. So it's basically it's a coding that enables you to do your AutoCAD much faster. And this one, yeah, as I mentioned, you really required to at least have the basic in AutoCAD before you can advance towards this AutoLibs. But after you know how to do the AutoLibs, everything is almost immediate, automatic, such as you can even define like the layout that I show you. Everything is just a click button, and then everything can be plotted into the AutoCAD. And you can this by doing so you can speed up your design process a lot. So yeah, that's a quick introduction to the AutoLibs. Other than that, I do have a different things that I can present to you guys, such as the blocks dynamics, which are also new towards it. And so far the blocks dynamics works like anything that you edit on the block, pass it on the AutoCAD, and you can interact with the block diagram to do the quick setting and quick change of the dimension and so on. So yeah, I think that's about it for the presentation to the industry tools. Any question?
Yeah, I do have one question from myself actually. So, does this AutoList thingy work everywhere as long as it is a AutoCAD file?
Yes, right. Correct. So you can use even in the AutoCAD 2008 version, right? You can even use the AutoLibs to load inside the 2008 version and have a quick run of the function that you declare.
I see. Oh, and there's a question: is AutoList free?
It's free. It's just a notepad for you to key in whatever thing it is.
Also, basically, I can code as long as it's a word editor. I just code and then use it in the.
Yeah. So for the third, for the third-party software, we have something like Visual Code Studio, which enables you to key in the stuff and view the coding. That one is just easier for troubleshooting.
Yeah, I do agree. Not the UI of Notepad is.
Yeah, Notepad don't have the UI. Another one is that you can look at the tools available from the AutoCAD itself. So under the manage, right, actually there's a Visual Basic Editor. It enables you to do the code inside there.
Oh, there's another one. Is there a platform for us to learn AutoCAD for free? Besides cracking the software.
Actually, it will be the looking at YouTube videos, seeing the explanation and stuff. But from my experience so far, unless somebody like know the basic teach you, then you go to the YouTube, then yeah, it helps. But usually, if you're just very fresh, everything you don't know, you look at the YouTube, they can present you with something too advanced, at times. Free alternative for AutoCAD. This one I can't say for sure. Cheaper version of AutoCAD, yes, maybe. But usually the problem faced with the cheaper version is that there may be some functions difference or some limitation that the AutoCAD can do that the different software can't.
Oh yeah, and different softwares would feel different.
Yes, the user interface is slightly different.
Right.
Yeah, it seems the licensing is the problem. A good question. AutoCAD is used in which field of engineering? In Sarawak, right, it's all fields. Architects use them, the civils use them, mechanical use them. Yeah, all of them, everyone. Even my electrical are also using it.
Oh yeah. Since you said electrical, you're using it. Are you learning it after you start working? Because I'm in year 4 now, and Simban hasn't taught me anything about AutoCAD.
Actually, I was lucky that my dad is using AutoCAD at that time. So I did have a quick rundown with him on how to use it. It's the same thing. It's just the basic function, the drawing tools, the modification, and then after that I learned some advanced method for the AutoCAD.
I see.
Hmm.
It's nice. There's a reverse question. What kind of engineering field doesn't need AutoCAD?
Good question. I have no idea.
Eh?
Oh yeah, maybe chemical engineering. So just now earlier, before the starting of the class, I was playing with the dynamic blocks a bit, but I still very new towards it, so that's why I don't want to show too much. It's let's say I declare the stretch over here. Oh wait, I'm not sharing the screen right now. Okay, so over here, I declare a distance of the stretch for my block diagram, and after I'm done, I can actually stretch it directly over here. So this is like the thing that I still try to figure out right now. Because you see, if you don't do it properly, right, the square box is moving out here. And it's not only for stretching. There's also like the movement of object in the center to different point. You can declare move. This one maybe. How does it works? Action move block. Point move. Point move from here. Position done. Action point move. Select and select this one to this one. I have no idea. It's kind of different. If you know how to use this one, right, actually you see, I put a point for the movement, but I not attached to the object inside here. So it's kind of like not working. So this is the block dynamic, and it's been around for for a long time, but just that I didn't know that it exists until just this Monday. I just only know about this one this Monday. So it's you can use it together with auto lathes to make something a lot better.
It seems like making the shape more flexible after
Yeah,
using.
It's make the block diagram more flexible. That you can even do anything inside there. Go, by adjusting the size, everything is like following and so on.
Okay, Millennium has a question. Like they say, if you have learned SolidWorks, learning AutoCAD is much easier. What's your thoughts?
I don't know, because the one thing that I know from a robotics student who learn SolidWorks, then use the AutoCAD to do the drawings. The comment is that it's different, in terms of using the tools. Yeah, even Jack agree.
Drafting and modeling different. Eh? Oh. Oh, by the way, one more question, Mr. Wilson. What are the work opportunities at the company?
You mean my company?
Yeah. Internship opportunities or stuff like that.
The internship is opening for when is the next one? The July? Is it? The next batch is it on the July to September? Or is it June?
Somewhere there, yes. June,
somewhere there.
July, yeah.
Currently I have another student down doing at my place, working in my place, and is finishing this week. So the next batch of student I actually open to you guys coming in. Let me see. During that time, yeah, it's a very good time because on July, right, you get to see a lot of the finishing products. We are doing the design a lot right now, but the finishing products is on the latter half of the year. So it's a very good opportunity to see the switchboard as a whole, and maybe have the advantages to go to the site and see the installation.
Oh, and how should the students apply for it?
You can email to me. Yeah, you can email your resumes and cover letters to me directly. Then I have a review, look at it.
Is it okay if I share your email in this group chat?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, very limited space. Usually I only take around 2 students only. So yeah.
Right. So time's almost up. So before that, is it okay if we have a short photo taking session, everyone?
Yeah.
Let me change to together mode. Any more?
I think maybe we can stop sharing the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, done.
Yeah, okay, looking good.
Any more? Guys, don't be shy.
Okay. Do you have more?
It seems like that's it.
Yeah, seems like just few of us.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah, always.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Right. So that wraps up the end of the event. Mr. Wilson, on behalf of everyone here today, thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
All right, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, your expertise in AutoCAD and AutoList has surely widened our views on what AutoCAD can do.
Yeah, actually do take the time to try out yourself and so on. So yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I might be sharing directly to you the presentation slides, so you can like refer to it and send to the others.
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So if anyone want to get the slide, just get to us through email or WhatsApp us in the group.
Yep. You guys saw the poster, you know where we are, right? Once again, thank you, Mr. Wilson, and everyone for coming today. See you all next time.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.